Hi, my name is Kyle, and welcome back to Snow Blunt Talk. Now I know what you're saying. Why is this nigga acting like this? He should be in the motherfucking psych ward. Well, guess what, nigga? I was. Yeah. Let me go ahead and put a clip from my comeback video. If you didn't watch that, let me show you that right now. So yeah, I was in the psych ward. My experiences on it will be described later in depth in a surprise, but it's so in the works. I don't want to say anything about it. So just I don't like saying things about shit that's not already done. But I'm a commit to this. I'm gonna commit to this and make sure it come out nice and well for y'all. But, and this is a very big but, what did I learn from being in the psych ward? Well, I officially got diagnosed with bipolar disorder slash bipolar disorder with major depressive slash bipolar depression. Y'all get the gist. I'm officially a crazy nigga now. And I'm not saying that because I actually feel that way about, well, I do feel that way about myself. But you shouldn't feel that way about yourself. I'm saying that to relate to society because, just speculating and then actually getting diagnosed are very different things. When you actually get diagnosed, people definitely look at you differently, and it's definitely a huge deal depending on who you talk to, and people look at themselves differently. Personally, when I figured out, look, my whole life, not my whole life, but for the past few years, I had my suspicions and I looked at it and I'm like, I looked at other people, I'm like, with bipolar, and I was saying, shoot, you know what? I think I'm at a good risk for this. I'm at risk for this. I probably might have this. And guess what? That probably was right because the doctors diagnosed me. And this is a little side note. The diagnosing process, this is gonna be controversial. But when I went through it, because it's on paper. It's on paper I'm diagnosed with this. So it's official. But what I went through, I just described my symptoms and the nigga said I had it. Like, it was glorified WebMD search. That's a lot of the damn medical psychiatric industry now. Like, I thought they were gonna look at the chemicals in my brain and find a chemical imbalance, but apparently niggas don't have the equipment to do that. I thought I was gonna get my brain. I always thought when people were officially diagnosed with mental disorders, and it's probably true for like the more up end doctors, like they have their brain scanned and then they see how the different pathways work and they see literally like, oh, you actually neurologically have this condition. But nah, I mean, the professionals looked at a nigga and said, yup, you bipolar. And I feel like in my reaction to it has been a lot more stress free, you know? But it's stressful in the aspect of talking to other people about it. Cause the way I look at myself with mental illnesses and I look at other people, it's like one of my friends can come up to me and say, hey Kyle, I'm this, hey Kyle, I'm that, hey, I'm on the spectrum, this, that, whatever and I honestly will not look at them any differently because I feel like people are just people, and then because some people are so hard to define, they come up with all these labels and they just put them on people. And yeah, but these labels, if I know you personally, they don't mean shit to me. And if I just know about that before, it might give me a clue as to how you act or why you might act the way you do. So sometimes these labels are helpful in predicting someone's behavior or explaining why they act like that if you've never met them before or never come in contact or not familiar with them. But if I know you already, then it's like, dog, I know you. Like, fuck all these doctors coming up with these dumbass phrases to tell you what you is and what you not. If I know you, nigga, I know you. I don't care if you got a bipolar, a six solar, a solar flare. You my nigga, okay? It doesn't matter what you got. They come up with all these labels just to say, me being me is somehow somewhat an illness. You know what? If it's an illness and I'm getting help for it, I'm all for it. But at the end of the day, I am not fucking bipolar disorder. I'm not this. I am not whatever label niggas attached to me. I am just me. I'm a human spirit living a human experience, and that's it. But back to the main point of the video, people really do look at you differently, and it's why like I haven't told a lot of people, because they start to treat you like a basket case when they find out for real. It's like, bro, I've literally been exhibiting symptoms for years. Y'all thought I was just wilding and crazy, and now that I have it, now y'all are just like, oh, wow, I never thought this. Like, bruh, bruh. Somebody literally told me that they thought I was just like this, and it wasn't a disorder. But I'm like, nigga, no, I am just like this. They just called it a disorder. Like, do you see where I'm coming from with that logic? I'm not. I feel like, let me think this out, because I feel like on one hand I feel like I just am the way I am, and it just exhibits symptoms of bipolar disorder. But at the same time, having bipolar disorder must have made me. It's a chicken and egg question. I really just don't fuck with how when you have these medical conditions, people chalk that up to everything. You feel me? Like, I'm not synonymous with bipolar disorder. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the disease. It's just something that I've been afflicted with. But I'm still me at the end of the day. Like, I feel like that's paramount. I'm me. They just say that I'm this to try and define me, to try and help me be a better me. So they say some of these qualities I have, because usually when you go in and say it's a problem, most of us say it because we're extremely depressed. You don't be manic or hypomanic. Me personally, I'm on the hypomanic side of things. You don't be hypomanic and just go like, oh my god, fuck. I'm so I'll be over there thinking I'm a motherfucking black god. I would not go into no damn therapy. I'd be like, man, fuck a therapy, nigga. But when I'm really depressed and when it really reaches a head for me to think about doing drastic things, that's when you go in there and you figure it out. So you're already at your lowest when you figure out. And I feel like a lot of people, when they do figure out, it's a very serious thing for them. I'm not here to tell you that it's not serious, because everyone processes these things differently. And people who are very aware of how others react to this are probably very shook when they find out that they do have the disorder. But I'm here to tell you that if you just been exhibiting these symptoms the whole time, it's nothing wrong with you, and it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. Think of it like this. You know how when people go to the doctor and they scared to go because when the doctor tell you have something like a cyst or a tumor, then people act like the doctor gave it to them just because they know about it. That's kind of how I feel. Just because now, that's a plus, not a negative. You've been exhibiting these symptoms for years. Like, you've been living with bipolar disorder and not knowing it. Now you know that you're doing it. So if anything, pat yourself on the back, because that's a serious deal, man. And it's just, you've been carrying this issue on your back. You didn't even know it. You a trooper. You've been carrying the enemy. You didn't even know what the enemy was. And now that you do know, you can go and get the help for it. So that's how I feel about getting diagnosed officially. How it feels to me is definitely not how it feels to a lot of people. A lot of people are probably very scared, very disappointed. And I'm here to say, man, don't be scared, don't be disappointed, because you a trooper already for having done that without knowing what it was. Just keep on going, man. Now it's even better because you have your help. This is not the beginning of the end. It's the end of the beginning of the light. That's what being diagnosed is to me. And I just wish people didn't stigmatize shit so bad. And I wish people didn't, I'm a purveyor and a proprietor of individuality. I wish people didn't chalk everything up to, not man-made, but man-deemed diseases or illnesses, because it's very patronizing to have your whole character and your whole being summed up and always brought back to, oh, well, he's just like this because, oh, you're bipolar. Oh, if you're super creative on YouTube right now, oh, yeah, he's just manic right now. Oh, you're just bipolar and you're depressed right now. Dog, come on, man. Like, not everything. You can't relate everything about me back to this. I'm me, and I just happen to have this disease. I am more important than the fucking disorder. Okay? So that's how I feel about getting diagnosed. Me personally, I feel like it's the beginning of a positive thing of getting a lot of support and finding a lot of people that can help you and a lot of people who have it who you can talk to. But I just wish people wouldn't put so much faith in the medical industry to the point where they look at you and all they see is your illness, because that's just not right, and that's more dehumanizing than anything. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are afraid of, and that's when they do have those kind of adverse feelings about being diagnosed, because now that you have it, people look at you. People will literally, if I told somebody I was bipolar, they would say, they would look at me and think I'm literally crazy. Well, I just gotta open my mouth. People think I'm crazy. But that's part of the reason. It's just like, oh, I'm bipolar. They're like, oh, yeah, stay away from it. And it's just dehumanizing. I just want to live my life like everybody else. I just happen to have the disorder. I'm getting treated for it. And you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye said, or I'm sorry, like Ye said, I hate being bipolar. It's awesome. And to be honest, I wouldn't have rather lived my life any other way. So I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be diagnosed. I'm happy to be diagnosed. I'm not running from it. It's not a tragic thing for me. I'm happy to know what I have and have it be officially confirmed. And I'm tired of the stigmatization. That's it. Stop stigmatizing mental illness. Each and every one of you, no matter what's going on with you, you a human being. They try to tell you you have ADHD, this, that, other thing. You may have those things, but those things are not you. They're just parts of you. You supersede all of that. You a fucking human being. They can't even, what your essence is, it can't even be described with words. So stop letting these words people throw at you define you, and just live. Okay? I love you guys. Please be safe. And another thing, I wanted to touch on this. Medications. I was so against them for so long because I felt like they would hinder my creativity and hinder who I was as a person. Just to figure out that, in my experience, medications are pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? My creativity, if not hindered, has been well, it wasn't hindered at all. If not the same, has been enhanced. I'm a lot less anxious now because I do take medicine for anxiety as well. And it just helped me live a better, more productive life. I'm getting back on my feet now. I feel more stable now. I feel stable and creative because, you know, at the end of the day, I've always been a creative person, and I'm not creative because of my disorder. It's just sometimes my disorder helps it, sometimes my disorder hinders it. But now I feel a lot more stable out, and I feel like I can go back to creating content. So, I mean, I used to be against meds. I used to be, when people were off their meds, I'd be like, hell yeah, brother, get off them. But you know what? I gotta say, in my experience, I'm on abilify for right now. I gotta say, it's pretty lit. Like, it's pretty nice. I can get a lot of work done, and I feel more authentic to myself. I can see the depression cloud starting to clear away, and the Kyle cloud is shining, or the Kyle sun is shining bright as day. And that's my poem for meds. Thank you so much for watching this, listening to my thoughts. If you've been diagnosed with bipolar or any other disorder, tell me your thoughts and tell me how that went down for you. At the end of the day, my reaction to getting diagnosed is just my experience. I just feel like people should, you know, take it in stride and stop letting other people stigmatize them, because the whole world gonna do it. And to be honest, if you ask me, everybody fucked up. So a lot of it is just projection when they stigmatizing you, because they feel like they don't know what, they want to chalk everything about them up to something, because they can't grasp the fact that they're just them, and all the fuck ups that come with that. But I digress. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, and I'm out.